Good evening, everyone, sisters, brothers, mothers. My name is Biwa Mangwiro Tanga, and I am representing the C20 Women and Gender Equity Working Group. And so I recently attended an event where someone told us that apparently it's broken English to say all protocols observed, but they didn't tell me the alternative. So let me safely say I'll stand on existing protocols since I don't know what the right English is. They just told me that they were also told by someone that it's broken English, but that person never told them what the correct version is. So, evening, and it is really an honor to be here representing the working group, the Women and Gender Equity Working Group, and it has been a journey working with diverse women from not just across the country, but across the continent and across the globe, to working towards shaping some of the critical issues that women and girls are facing and some of the challenges they face in today's world. And it is very unfortunate that we live in an era where we are seeing more backlash towards gender equality, towards rights, towards human rights. We would have thought that we've walked a journey in humanity where we've learned more about coexisting, where we've learned more about honoring and respecting each other's rights, but we seem to be living in an era where we are regressing. But that said, we still acknowledge that the work that women have been doing to try and close some of this gap, to try and break some of the barriers that we face in spite of those limitations. And also, today as we are here, I just wanted to set this tone by saying that we are, as women, if there's one thing, is that we don't need a seat at the table. We are the table. And everyone else can pull their chair. And also, I was looking at today's theme, and I was like, today's theme reminds us of the power of women, that women, we are not limited by the geography. It says from the village to the boardroom. And so all our voices are very powerful because women were always at the heart of building communities. We're always at the heart of sustaining families and even leading movements for justice. So even as we are here today, we are not just sharing a meal. We are not just here to dine, but we are also here to strengthen a collective commitment. And as with South Africa, for the first time co-hosting the Global Fund Replenishment, it's also historic. It's an indication that as Africa, we're not just a recipient, but we are also a co-author of solutions. And that even as women, we are a co-author of solutions, even as we are gathered in this room. And so while here, the pledge is about mobilizing resources and amplifying voices, because the success of replenishment is not just numbers. It is also about lives. It is about securing equitable health systems that truly leave no one behind. And from the perspective of the C20 Women and Gender Working Group, let me say this: there can be no health equity without gender equity. And health outcomes are never neutral. They are shaped by power, they are shaped by inequality, and they are shaped by whose voices are heard and whose voices are silenced. When women are denied education, when women are denied control over their bodies, when women are excluded from decision making, when their health and the health of entire communities suffers, then we know that when women have no say, we cannot say we have any health equity. We cannot say we are dealing with epidemics. We cannot say we are progressing, because it means that the majority of the world really is being left behind. And conversely, when women are empowered, when they can access healthcare without stigma, when their leadership shapes health policy, when their unpaid care work is recognized, entire nations move closer to equity, resilience, and justice. We know too well that gender inequality fuels vulnerability. It fuels vulnerability to HIV, to TB, and to all other health challenges. And we know that women carry the heaviest burden, whether as caregivers in their households, as frontline community health workers, or as activists demanding accountability. Yet, too often, their leadership remains invisible. And tonight, we are saying that it is time that women, we do not only come together in the name of pledging financial resources, but also to respect, to recognize, and to acknowledge women's leadership in this space, at every level, right from the village to the boardroom. Women are advocating, women are fighting. Each and every day, we are fighting for justice, we are fighting for equality, we are fighting for recognition, and it is time that recognition is given to that. And also, one other thing is that we are saying that a global health crisis cannot be won in isolation. It demands partnerships that bridge divides, that amplify the most marginalized voices and center women's experiences. And so today we are saying that it is important, or it is fundamental, that even as we are in here, in the time that we are living, we acknowledge that gender equality or equity is not charity. It is justice, and justice is non-negotiable. And so we are not negotiating. We are even calling on the leaders to say justice cannot be negotiated. Gender equity is not a negotiable. It is something that is a must, that is fundamental, and that should be observed and honored. And I would also like to highlight that in this regard, we have made a call to the G20, where we are saying that it is about time that there is a clear, in the list, a minimum of 1% of GDP that should be channeled towards equality nationally. And this should go to address the various issues, the various challenges that are experienced by the most marginalized groups and by the vulnerable within those, and particularly women and girls. And we are also calling on them to fund survivor-centered initiatives, GBV prevention, health needs and responses that are able to address the challenges that women and girls are perpetually subjected to. And we are also calling on the explicit inclusion and protection of women and girls of diverse and with the disabilities groups also included. So even as we speak in this regard, we are saying women are not a homogeneous group. Even as we talk about health and equity, we are not talking about a homogeneous group. We are talking about women in their diversities, and that it is time that the needs of women in their diversities are considered and are met. And I'd like to just thank you all. Thank you.